Link light rail passengers should prepare for a rough ride for the next week. And again later this month as Sound Transit crews work to repair sinking tracks and perform maintenance work at stations along the one-line route, according to Como News. Various service disruptions began Saturday and are expected through about mid-September. Whoa, 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 whoa. You guys told me 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Like in Total Recall. You told me 2 weeks. Are your heads going to start malfunctioning now before the big reveal where it comes off of Schwarzenegger's head and you carry the thing around and then it explodes? Because at this point, my head's going to explode from the amount of lies you guys have told us. Can't imagine why the rail is sinking. Maybe because Seattle. Did any of you fools go on the underground tour before you decide to dig under the city to build a train? Literally a tour of our sewage problems and how all of downtown Seattle was filled in with sawdust. I kid you not. Animal carcasses when they were raising the level of it after the Great Seattle Fire, and ash and whatever else they could find. By the way, if you haven't been on what I call the poop tour, otherwise known as the underground tour, the tour of all of Seattle's sewage problems, go on it. Check it out. And I encourage everybody from Sound Transit to go on there and they'll go, oh, this was a really horrible idea. Yeah, it really, really was. So now your trains are sinking because you put a whole bunch of weight on top of a tidal flat or whatever it was. Let's not forget, Seattle used to be a lot higher up, and they decided to take pieces of the mountain and fill it in down here on top of that sawdust and everything else. So now you're surprised that the trains are sinking? Okay, I'm no train engineer, and I don't mean the guy who goes toot toot like Kevin. I don't mean that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the guys who actually do the math on these things. But did anybody go, is this a good idea? Did anybody? You know, I don't remember that monorail thing ever sinking because it was built above ground. Now, mind you, I'm sure one day we're in for trouble because of that. But at the same time, you dig underground to build this sucker. You didn't know problems were going to be happening? I say all the time, why not a high-speed bus? No, seriously, you want to build roadways or whatever it was. Trains just make it more complicated. Why not electric buses? You could have done it for a fraction of the cost. A fraction of the cost. Various service disruptions began Saturday, are expected through about mid-September. Sound Transit said one-line service will be reduced from August 12th through 20th between Capitol Hill and Soto, and again near Othello and Rainier Beach stations between August 21st and September 17th. The first phase of the project started Saturday when crews began repairing the rails that are sinking just north of Stadium Station. Wait. What's just north of the stadiums? Okay, anybody. Pioneer Square. So the part that goes underground, where the underground tour is, where they tell you what they filled in the whole area. No, it's sinking? Oh, I didn't see that one coming. Yeah, you know, literally part of our poop problems used to be because they would flush everything out into the sea and didn't realize that the tide would bring everything back. It's amazing what you can learn on this tour. I highly recommend everybody go. By the way, when people come to my house, because we get a lot of visitors during the summer, when they come to my house, I always go, you go on the poop tour? And they look at me like, what? I'm sorry, the underground tour. Oh, yeah, I'm like, you don't understand. It is fascinating. It is fascinating. So the first phase of the project started Saturday when crews began repairing the rails that are sinking just north of Stadium Station. The tracks were about 3 inches lower than they should be due to problems with the, wait for it, underlying soil. Oh, didn't see that one coming. Mind blown. Just blown. Quote, we know it's a disruption. We're asking people to be patient, but folks understand that this is work that really needs to be done. No, it never needed to be done. It never needed to be done. You guys could have found another way to do this. But instead, you went, monorail. That's what you guys, seriously, I feel like the guy with the top hat in The Simpsons showed up to sing the monorail song. And then everybody said, ooh, let's build a train. And then you pick somebody like Homer to drive this sucker. And the only way to stop the thing is to throw a big letter out that catches a donut on the way that's going. And you had all these people at the grand opening like Leonard Nimoy. Seriously, we're a walking Simpsons episode in this town. So now they want to do this. Okay, Sound Transit. So, you know what's going to happen? Here, Ari's prediction. Mark the date and time, August 14th at 4:07 p.m. So about a year from now, we got another election coming up, right? And you're going to start hearing about Sound Transit needs another tax to pay for things, and the extension out to Bellevue is costing more money because we had to tear up the tracks 3 times on the floating bridge, and we don't expect that to sink. But you know what? We need more of your money, so can we have more of your money? You know what I say? How about no? Because you got this article here, which is Sound Transit bragging about how many riders they had. According to My Northwest, bolstered by Major League Baseball's All-Star Game and superstar Taylor Swift's 2 concerts at Seattle's Lumen Field as part of her Eras Tour, over 1 million riders took the Sound Transit, Link Light Rail, Metro buses, and the water taxi over 3 high-profile days in July, said King County Metro in a press release on Friday. Most notably, the light rail set single-day ridership records 4 times in less than 2 weeks in July. First on Tuesday, July 11th, where there was the All-Star Game, an estimated 115,600 riders. That broke the previous record, which is 108,500 riders set on October 3rd, 2019. Transit agencies went fare-free across King County Metro and Sound Transit. So you know how much money we made off those millions of riders they said they had? 0.0. We made no money at all. So now they're going to come to us and go, we want you to pay for more light rail. And I'm going to go, my car tabs aren't expensive enough? All the taxes you put on me aren't expensive enough? Now you want me to pay because you guys can't do math? Are you kidding me? And meanwhile, you guys don't do advertising on these things. The advertising you do is minimal. And on top of all that, on high traffic days, you don't charge anybody.